You know, folks, with the summer coming up and the heat and the possibility of grid failures and the power going out, it's definitely time to think about a way to keep yourself cool when there is no power. And today, we're looking at a device that can do just that. This is the 4Patriots compact rechargeable fan, and it's got a whole lot of features other than just being a fan, so let's check it out. Alright folks, welcome back. Now in the past you've seen me feature some items for 4Patriots, and all of them have been really handy. And devices that I keep around, and this is just one of those devices that I could definitely see myself using. These are super easy to use, they're ultra portable. You can take them around wherever you need them. They're also expandable, so it's not just a desk fan. This fan can stand up very high. We're going to have to put it on the floor to show you that, but first we're going to go through the basic features of it. Now these are rechargeable. They can be operated via remote control. They nestle right into the base like this for easy storage. You can angle it pretty much anywhere you want. They have 4 different speeds. Now most of them usually have 3. This one has 4. And it also has the oscillating kind of turning fan head. So you can cool off a whole area a whole lot easier. So to open it up, you're going to just push this button down here. Let me pull it forward here. You push that here and pull it up open. And there you go. You're going to push this up like that and face it towards you. I'm going to back the camera out a little bit so you can actually see it when we get it fully open. So there you go. You got it standing up. Now it can go up higher than this. This is expandable here, and we'll get into that in a second, but I want to show you some of the basic features. First thing you see offhand here is it's got a remote control. So you don't have to be on top of this machine to actually be using it. I can turn it on from here, and I don't have to be on top of it. I can also set the speeds. If I want it to go higher or lower, I can set it to oscillate. Sideways, see, it's moving side to side now. So I can do everything from this little controller right here, and it's very easy to use, very simple. So we're shutting it off now just to show you here. I'll put it back straight. You have your timer buttons on this end here. Okay, I'm going to bring it up to the camera so you can see. You have 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, and then off. You have your oscillating, you have your fan speeds, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then you have your oscillating button here that will allow you to let it do like it was doing before. Another neat feature on this fan is that it's a 7200 milliamp hour power bank. So you got a plug up here, a USB plug. If you need to charge your phone in an emergency plus run the fan, you can do both. Anything you got to charge up. Again, I tell you, I say phone, but I have so many different devices now and radios and emergency gear that can be charged up via USB now that it's pretty much, ubiquitous. I can put anything there and charge it up. All right. Next up, this does come with a light, so that's kind of handy too. It's a very small little light. Now I noticed these lights normally, when you get them, you can just tap them on and off. This one doesn't do that, so you're just going to have the light on at all times down there when you turn the power on. There you go. So the light will be on, the fan will be moving. I want to move the fan away so it doesn't blow over the camera. You can see the light's pretty decent. I mean, it's not a super bright light, but it's not supposed to be. Like I said, sometimes on these lights you can tap them and they turn off. This one doesn't do that. So you do have your remote control, all your controls right there. You can take the speed up. You can hear it's a little higher. Then you have this breeze mode here that will kind of fluctuate and give you a natural high, low, kind of like a natural breeze. So what we're going to do is put this on the floor and show you how tall this thing can get. I'm going to put it over that way against my garage door and show you just how tall this thing can get. Alright, so there it is. Now expanded, this can go up to 40 inches. I'm going to turn it on. So I really like it. I like the fact that it's expandable. I can do all sorts of stuff with it. I can move it around. If I want this blowing on me, say, mid-body, I can do that. Or I can also move the fan head up and have it down there blowing on me while I'm standing up or doing something like that. So it is a very handy little item. I definitely like the fact that it's so easy to use and simple. I do like the fact that it has a remote. That's kind of neat. Now, the dimensions on it when it's folded are 7.95 by 7.95 inches. It isn't super heavy. It is made of ABS plastic, but this thing is super tough. So I would not hesitate to be able to, say, maybe take this car camping, take it in a backpack if you're going to be traveling somewhere where you know it's going to be hot, or, like I'm planning on using it, just having it around the house for when the power goes out and you need to be cooled off a little bit. Out here in the desert, when the power goes off, it's a matter of life or death. if you don't keep cool and you don't hydrate yourself, you can get heat stroke and you can die. You know, when it's 115 degrees out, it's a whole different ball game. So let's get this back up on the counter, and I will give you the final specs on it and all the information on it and where you can pick one up, as well as the price. Now, obviously, it's not in the picture. I'm going to collapse it to show you how easily this is done. And there you go. So you have the whole thing right there. Let's back up the camera a little bit so we can get it all in frame. There you go. You got the whole thing right there. Easy to use and easy to carry. It also will work awesome as a desk fan. You don't have to open it up all the way. Obviously, we showed you that. I do like the remote control. This is a nice feature to have the little light there. Although not necessary, it is nice to have a USB charging port so you can charge things off this as well. It does come with a USB-C cable. It recharges very, very quickly. It is a 5-volt, 2-amp fast charger, so it only takes about 5 hours for a full charge from completely dead. So that's kind of handy too. If you run this thing out, you can charge it up with a power bank or a power station or whatever and keep your fan going. So, 20 hours at low speed, 10 hours at medium speed, and 4 hours at high speed is your run times on it. We did mention that you can adjust this from the 15 inches here to a 39 inches or 40 inches tall. It does ship from Utah, USA, and it is free shipping for any orders over $97. That's within the USA. Another thing I like about this is it's really quiet. It is not one of those annoying loud fans. It's a 30 to 40 dB. It won't disturb your sleeping or your rest or even your work. I've had some smaller fans that sound like little turbos going off in the side where I'm working, and it's kind of annoying. The natural breeze on this, the last setting, which is kind of the fluctuating, like almost like wind would be. It's a little fast and it's a little slow. I find that actually pretty darn calming. It's pretty relaxing, actually. It's actually kind of a nice little setting. All in all, definitely a good little value, and definitely a neat little fan. And it has the addition of being a power bank, which is really handy too. Power goes out, and you got to charge something real quick while you're cooling yourself off. You can do that. Is it a needed feature? Not really, but it's kind of cool and handy too. And with survival gear, I kind of like the fact that you have a bunch of different little features in something. Not everything may be perfect, but everything does a little bit of something, and that's really handy for a situation where you're stuck somewhere and you do need that little extra bit of power. So the battery inside is a 3.7 volt, 7200 milliamp hour battery. Like I said, the working time on high is 4 hours. It takes about 5 hours to charge up. Fold it up, okay? Let's fold this up. I forgot I gotta pull that down. There you go. Fold it up, this little guy here. Push it down in there. Whoops, I didn't collapse it all the way. There we go. You got to release this button. That's what I failed to do before. So fold it up. There you go. 7.95 by 7.95 by 4.8 inches thick. Expanded, it's going to be 7.95 by 7.95 up to 39.7 or 40 inches tall. And generally, if you're just going to open this up on the desk, I think it's around 15 and a half inches tall off the box. As you can see here, it's very, very small and compact. Easy to carry. I believe the weight on it is 2.49 pounds, so it's not super, super heavy. Your charging port is back here. I don't know if you can get that in the light. Let's flip it over and see. There you go. So your charging port's going to be right back in there, okay? And you're just going to charge that up. Very, very handy to use. Very small and compact and easy to carry as well from room to room. Again, this is something I'd probably use in my home as a backup. Yeah, I got window units, yeah, I got generators, I got power banks and all that. Sometimes it's nice just to have a fan to blow that air conditioning over to you. And if you don't have all that, it's going to be really nice to have a fan like this next to you. Sometimes, depending on your climate, those evaporative coolers and those little desk things that you pour the water and ice in and everything, they work great for me here because it's very, very not humid. If you live in, like, say, Florida, where it's very humid, those things are not going to do anything but make you hot and soaking wet, okay? So something like this is kind of universal. Wherever you go, it'll work no matter what, and that is a really handy feature to have. All right, so the price on it. These run about $59.95, okay? They're not super cheap, but to have a fan that does all that, not a bad price. Does come with your cable and an extra little light. And you can plug anything you want in there. You can even get another different type of light that does, like I say, when you tap it, it turns up and down. That's the box comes in. Fairly small, lightweight unit. Like I said, 2.49 pounds, so almost like 2.5 pounds. Not really super heavy, easy to carry. It doesn't fall open when you're carrying it. If I carry this upside down, the top doesn't fall open and everything fall out of it. It's definitely a neat little handy item, and it definitely will keep you cool during a power outage or emergency. And that's something I tell you, you have no idea. If you live in a really, really hot climate, those of you that do, you know what it's like to be able to just turn on a fan and be like, ah, okay, cool. Not going to be air conditioning, but it's definitely going to help you out a whole lot. And that is something that definitely comes in handy, especially when you're stressed out and nervous and you got all the stuff going on and you're dealing with a disaster or emergency. To have something like that you can set up almost anywhere. I mean, I'd even consider this for carrying this in my ham radio go gear, because I could set this right up next to me wherever they set me up in an emergency situation and keep myself cooled off a little bit. So that is the 4Patriots compact rechargeable fan. Definitely will help you beat the heat. And with power grids and the situations we're reading about now, especially I've read that thing about power grids in Texas possibly going down. We're hearing about it, of course, in California. Even there have been some hints at it where I live in Nevada that some of our grid could possibly get turned off, or rolling blackouts, whatever it's going to be. You got yourself a way to keep yourself cool and cooled off and a little bit more sane during that event. So don't forget to check them out. They got a bunch of stuff on their site. If you're not interested in the fan, 4Patriots has a ton of cool stuff as well as food. It's not just a food company. They have a whole other line of wellness products as well, so you can check that out too. So definitely give them a check. See if you like it. I think the fan itself would be worth its weight in gold once it gets hot. Once it gets hot and that power goes off, something like this is going to really save your butt. So definitely a handy little item. Anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. The link for it will be down below. You can just click that link and check out this fan in particular. And if you're not interested in the fan, definitely check out 4Patriots. They got so much cool stuff over there. Our other links are down below as well. Our freeze-dried wholesaler link. Getting close to the end of the month, and there is a lot going on with freeze-dried wholesalers. They have a lot of food ready to go, ready to be shipped. While these other companies are starting to falter and talk about, oh, we may slow down production, oh, we're running out of this or that. They got stuff going, and they got a lot of backup. And when it says out of stock on their website, that just means out of stock for maybe 2 or 3 days. Your item will still get shipped. I just got an order in from them that I made with like 4 or 5 things missing out of it. And guess what? They'll be here in a day or two, maybe even today. So they're usually very, very quick. It's usually 2 or 3 days after the initial shipment. So don't worry about anything out of stock on the website. You will be able to reorder it. Even if you're not able to order it, it'll be back up on the website very quickly. He has a good back stock of things ready to go. He actually believes in not doing just-in-time inventory. He actually has the stuff ready to go. Plus, my link saves you 15%. Just clicking on the link, you save 15%. We have our Amazon affiliate store down there for all the gear that I use in the channel. You can check them out, as well as our My Patriot supply link. Folks, if you have nothing ready and you're looking at, wow, I need to get at least 3 months worth of stuff ready, we have a deal going on there for you already. It's inexpensive to begin with. But if you check it out and you want to see what's left on their website, they do have a 3-month kit. It's already inexpensive, and I'm giving you $150 off on my website. That's preparewithiridium.com. So you're going to save $150 over the inexpensive price to begin with. Preparewithiridium.com. Check it out. And our Thrive Life food store down there. If you're interested in some Thrive Life stuff, I don't do a ton of Thrive Life videos, but I am going to start doing a little bit more with them to show you the food that's out there. You can become a delivery customer. You can become a consultant and resell the items, or you can just make an order. You don't have to join anything to check them out. So I definitely want you folks to check it out if you haven't yet. It's really good, clean food. Anyway, folks, thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.